Toastmasters Club is to provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in a greater self-confidence and personal growth. In Toastmasters, we don't discuss related to sex, religion, and politics. Therefore, I request you to refrain from these three topics. To preside over this meeting, we have an energetic and efficient Gaviria. Please help me welcome our President, Gaviria Gisha Sridhar.
Thank you very much, VP Education, Gaviria Divya Sridhar. Respected Masters and fellow Gavilias, good evening, one and all. A dream isn't something you think you might want to do if you had the time and resources to make it happen. But a dream is something that you are possessed by. A dream is something that can never stop you thinking about it. Something you cannot stop believing. A dream is something you are ready to sacrifice everything for. Before you give up on your dreams, don't forget that people who change the world are not the ones who never felt fearful. At some point, they all felt frozen with fear, just like you do. But what makes them different is that they decided to be stronger than their fear. Understand that greatness is not achieved without failure, and dreams don't turn into reality without encountering a number of disappointments on the way. But only the one who has the dream and who wants it so bad that he or she can give up on everything to have it can be the one who finally says that all his dreams came true. So think big, dream big, believe big, and the result will surely be big. With a short note, let us begin with our meeting number 10 of Mind Academy Gavel Club. Help me introduce our Gavelia of the day. She's the 10th grader studying in Al Hassan International School, who loves public speaking and playing badminton. Please give a big round of applause to welcome Gavelia Divya Sridhar.
Thank you very much, Madam President. Fellow Gavelias and distinguished Toastmasters, a very good afternoon to all of you. Let me start this meeting with an inspiring story. I would like to ask a question. What is courage? Many of us would answer by being fearless. But the correct answer would be the ability to take action, even if we have fear. We all need the courage to start things we pursue. At the start, if we think about the result, we will go into the fear zone. But courage helps us overcome fear and makes us attempt things that we feared before. Being courageous in our life gives us the power to chase our dreams and increase our beliefs in our abilities, despite being surrounded by fear. Let me give an example. One day, John and his friends decided to climb mountains in the Swiss. They reached the mountain spot in Swiss and were surprised to see many people climbing the mountains. John and his friends started wearing all the mountain climbing gear and started climbing. In no time, they reached the top of the hill. After reaching there, their friends decided to camp there. Then John saw another mountain, but only few of them were trying to climb it. He told his friends, "Let us go climb that mountain also. It'll be fun and challenging instead of camping here." A friend replied to him, "No way. I've heard people talking about that mountain. It seems that the path is so difficult to climb, and only a few people could be able to climb." People nearby, after hearing the conversation, made fun of John and said, "If it was so easy to climb, why were we sitting idle here?" Hearing them, John took that as a challenge and went alone towards climbing the peak. 2 hours later, he reached the top of the hill. People who were already there welcomed John with a round of applause. John was happy having climbed the peak. He could see the beautiful views of nature at the top. He started a conversation with people and asked him, while climbing at this peak, I felt it was not so difficult. Then why only a few of them are here? If people could climb the below peak, then they can climb here also if they put some effort. One of the person replied, most people in the crowd right there are happy because what they see is easy for them. They never think that they have the potential to achieve more. Even people who are not happy there do not want to take any risk. They think if we take risks, they will lose what they already have. But to reach a new peak, we need to put in our efforts. Many of them do not show any courage, and they remain part of the crowd their whole life and keep complaining about those few people of courageous ones and call them lucky. Hearing this, John thanked his friend for explaining the importance of courage in his life. Dear Gavelius, from this, we can learn that in our life, many of us stay in the comfort zone. But to achieve something big, we need the effort and courage. We should never stop. We have the courage to push ourselves out of the crowd. And as the saying goes, fear is a reaction, but courage is an action. On that note, let us begin our educational session. To conduct today's meeting successfully, I have a lineup of dedicated Gaveliers. Let me introduce them each with their roles explained. Starting off with our grammarian and word master, we have a dedicated Gavelia. She is always full of enthusiasm and you will never find her without a smile. She's none other than our Gavelia Rohini. Gavelia Rohini, please explain your role as a grammarian and word master.
Good evening to one and all. My role as the word master is to introduce a new word as the word of the day and explain the same with proper illustration. My role as a grammarian is to listen to all the members and make note of the good and not so good usage of the language. Also note down the use of the word of the day and report the same at the end of the educational session. Sir, can I share screen?
Yes, Gavelia Rohini, you can.
Word of the day, audacious. Audacious, showing a willingness to take surprisingly bold risks. Synonyms, bold, daring, fearless, brave, heroic, and wild. Usage. They have audacious plans for the new school. This is her most audacious film so far. Cooper was an audacious soldier who never ran from a battle. Thank you.
Thank you, Gavelia Rohini. Moving on to the role of general evaluator, I will be your general evaluator for today's meeting. As a general evaluator, I will monitor every aspect of the meeting and its progress. And I will comment on the positive as well as the recommendations, and I shall strive to conduct the evaluation session in an amiable way. Next up, we have our timer. To keep track of the time tonight, we have with us a dedicated Gavelia as well, Gavelia Anushri. Gavelia Anushri, could you please explain your role as the timer?
My job as a timer is to keep track of the time for all the speeches and evaluation sessions. For prepared speeches, the time allotted is 5 to 7 minutes. A grace period of 30 seconds will be shown on either sides. Green light will indicate the minimum time. Yellow shall be shown on the 6th minute, and the red light will be shown in maximum limit and will remain on. There will be no indication on the grace period. For table topics, the time allotted is 1 to 2 minutes with an additional grace period of 30 seconds on the higher side. Yellow slides shall be shown on 1.5 minutes. For evaluations, the qualifying time is 2 to 3 minutes with a grace period of 30 seconds on either sides. Yellow shall be shown on the 2 minutes. I will report on the exact time taken by each speaker at the end of each section when called upon. So, thank you, Gavilia.
Thank you, Gavilia Anushri. Next, let us call on our table topic master. It is none other than our President Gavilia Gisha Sridham. Gavilia Gisha, I request you to please acknowledge your presence and briefly explain your role as the TT master.
Thank you, Gavilia of the day. My role as the table topics master is to prepare a set of interesting and stimulating table topics for the impromptu speech session and to lead a lively table topics session when called upon to do so.
Thank you, Gavilia Gisha Sridham. Now, please help me welcome our vote counter, Gavilia Kirtana, to explain her role. Gavilia Kirtana, could you please explain your role? No problem. I guess there's a technical glitch.
Ma'am, there is some issue with her mic. That's why she's not able to unmute herself.
No problem. Dear Gavilias, just to let you know that Gavilia Kirtana will be our vote counter. Now that I have introduced all the assignees today, let us begin with our educational session, with our prepared speeches. Tonight's first speaker is Gavilia Taiba. Her speech title is The Three Biggest Fears I Had. I repeat, the three biggest fears I had. And her evaluator is Gavilia Rohini. Gavilia Taiba, you may begin.
Thank you. The only thing we have to fear is fear itself. Respected Toastmasters, guests, and fellow Gaviliers, a very good evening to all of you. I'm Taiba. Today, I will be talking about the three biggest fears I had. Let's start with the first biggest fear I had of maths. What comes to your mind when you hear that scary word, maths? For me, it means mental abuse to humans. Those tables are so difficult. When I was a little young and had to study multiplicative tables for the first time, I used to get scared of my study table itself because it consisted of that scary word, table, and also the algebras. I know it's super fun doing algebras, but at one time you surely would get tired of finding those X that you would say, dear maths, I'm tired of trying to find your X. Just accept the fact that she's gone. And if these are not enough, there comes exams. After every few weeks, once I was so fed up of exams that I just Googled up who in their right mind had invented exams, especially maths. Anyways, later I overcame this fear of maths by practicing again and again. And I realized that maths is not a subject that you have to learn. Instead, it's a subject you have to understand and practice. This helped me convert maths from my least favorite subject to my favorite subject. Now, let's move on to the second biggest fear I had, heights. First of all, going on adventures with great heights looks dangerous. But in the same place, you can't enjoy time with your audacious cousins and friends. And believe me, it's super hard to decide whether just wait at the safest spot like a coward, waiting for your friends to come back after experiencing that awesome roller coaster ride, or just risk your life and join them up. Somehow, I have almost overcome the fear of heights and changed the word risk to fun in my dictionary when we went on a trip to Gulmarg this summer vacation. When we reached a tourist place called Mini Switzerland, we had to climb the mountain with the help of horses only, as there was no other option. All my friends were going, but I was still a bit scared. My cousins insisted that I shall join them, but my fear of heights was stopping me. However, I made up my mind to go with them, thinking that my cousins might tease me after coming back. It was an extremely risky experience because the route was muddy and slippery due to the rain. There was a time when my horse leg slipped a little, which made my heart pound as loud as the churning of the clouds. Thankfully, while coming back, I got a pretty calm horse, which was not as adventurous as my last horse was. Let's move to the third biggest fear I had of public speaking, especially when I made mistakes while delivering a speech. And also, whenever I see an audience in front of me, my ears just start burning, and you could just toast a loaf of bread on my ears. It made me feel as if I'm speaking and no one is even there. But I have overcome this fear too of public speaking by joining the Mind Academy Gavel Club. I would like to thank Mind Academy for helping me overcome this fear by giving me various opportunities. So these were the three fears I overcame by putting my courage over fear. Fear is that voice inside you that says you can't do it. Until you don't overcome your fear, you continue to walk on the dark path. Everything you want in life will be on the other side of fear. Thanks for this opportunity, and over to you, Cavalier of the Day.
Thank you very much, Givile Taiba. Moving on, our second speaker is Givile Shashwat, and his speech title is The Importance of Education. His evaluator will be Givile Yuvraj. Givile Shashwat, you may begin.
Yeah. Thank you. Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. First of all, I would like to say good morning to the respected Toastmasters and dear Cavaliers. I would like to speak on the importance of education, which is must to know by all of us. Education plays a great role in the life of everyone all throughout the life. Getting proper education is very necessary to get success and a happy life, just like food is necessary for a healthy body. It is very important to live a luxurious and better life. It develops personality of the people, provides physical and mental standard, and it transforms people's living status. It promotes the feeling of physical, mental, and social well-being by providing a better life. Good education is a constructive in nature, which constructs our future forever. It helps a person to improve his or her status of mind, body, and spirit. It provides us lots of confidence by giving us a bulk of knowledge in many fields. It is a single and a vital way to the success as well as personal growth. The more knowledge we get, we grow and develop more in life. Being well educated never only means to earn certificates and a good salary from the recognized, reputed organization, companies, or institutions. However, it also means to be a good and social person in life. It helps us to determine whether something is good or bad for us and other persons related to us. The first purpose of getting a good education is being good citizen and then being successful in personal and professional life. We are incomplete without a good education because education makes us right incomplete without a good education. Education makes us a right thinker and a decision maker, correct decision maker in such a competitive world. Education has become a necessity for human beings after food, clothes, and shelter. It is also it is able to provide solutions to all the problems. It promotes good habits and awareness about corruption, terrorism, and other social issues among us. Education is the most important tool which offers inner and outer strength to a person. Education is the fundamental right of everyone and capable of bringing any desired change and upliftment in the human mind and society. The more the people who are educated in the country, the higher the development in that place. The benefits of going to the school are many. It reduces illiteracy, increases job opportunities, builds relationship, and provides industry developments. It also helps reduce crime. I know that right now in our country, education is the base of everything. It creates confidence in an individual and gives them a place in the world. Going to school is a source of pride for me. Right now, we live in a world of competition. You will find out that if a person is not educated, they might fail to raise their voice. Education gives the people a natural confidence to say what is right and what is wrong. Thank you and have a nice day.
Thank you very much, Givile Shashwat, for that amazing speech. Our third speaker is Givile Charanjit, and his speech title is Writing. And his evaluator will be Givile Kirtana. Please help me welcome Givile Charanjit, and his speech title will be Writing.
Before the pandemic, if someone asks us, what are your favorite words? We always ended up saying July and August because it's the school vacation. But after the start of the pandemic, my brother has changed his opinion. Do you all know why? Thanks to the online classes, he felt every day was like a holiday for him. There was no need to write the classwork, and no teachers were there to monitor his drama strictly. Even though the class was on, he was always busy in the various diversions. Distinguished Toastmasters, fellow Gavaliers, and my dear guests, a very warm good evening to one and all. As Annie Tyler said, if I waited till I felt like writing, I would never write at all. Dear Gavaliers, how many of you like to write continuously without feeling tired? I see no one is saying yes. Apparently, even I don't belong to that group. It was just a day before the start of my offline school. During the final examinations, my mom said about the news that from tomorrow we have to attend the classes physically from now on. Mixed feelings started in our hearts. Hundreds of butterflies started flying in our tummies. It was similar experience to that of dysentery. Somehow, I was able to manage my first day of offline school. But then, my brother couldn't. In his class, his teacher came up with the most expected teacher's announcement for the coming day. Yes, it was the notes checking. Being a lazy boy, he spent all his quality time playing outdoor, bossing around, and enjoying Xbox. His day became black for the remaining time. With the same disappointment, he came back to home. That evening, my mom called us and read a message, which was shared by the teacher in the classroom. Dear students, returning to the school, if you see any of the following: another student struggling to make friends, another student being picked on, a student who is new, shy, or not with the crowd, a student who is eating lunch alone. Be a leader, be a warrior. You will never know what that person is facing inside or outside. After listening to all the message, my brother said to my mom, Amma, I am the one who's in that situation. My curious mom asked, What happened, Yushu? With a shocking face. He started stating about his teacher's announcement and said, I am in depression, mom. Fine. Kindly, please ask all my friends to write all my notes. Finally, my mom and me ended up completing all the notes within the required time. Do you all know? According to a government survey conducted in UK during 2016, they found out of 32,000 students, only 45% enjoyed writing. He sure belongs to the second category. Lately, he joined in the Cavaliers. He understood that here also he needs to write his own speeches. Oh no, not again. Few weeks before, since the start of the new academic session, my clever mom has instructed him to complete all the notes in the class itself. And I started checking the same daily after coming from school. Hearing this, don't misunderstand him that he is poor in studies. He is one of the toppers in class and good in sports also. Other major reasons to finish all his notes up to date was the co-education that was introduced this year. In his class, the boy strength was hardly 10 versus 20 girls. It and is very competitive to be in the teacher's eye as the best student. With his charms and smartness, he somehow managed to be an always pet for his teacher. I think most of the boys here can relate what I mean. You know, teacher now posts his pictures of his notes as reference in WhatsApp class groups. This is where he is now. Finally, motivation is what gets you started. Habit is what keeps you going. By Jim Ryan. By various means, he found his motivation to start writing. He's trying to make it a habit. So, dear Cavaliers, what's yours? Over to GOD.
Thank you very much, Kivil Challenjit, for that amiable as well as an interesting speech. Can I now have the timer's report, please?
Speaker number 1, Givli Taiba, took 5 minutes 57 minutes. Speaker number 2, Givli Sashwan, took 5 minutes 15 seconds. And Givli Sharanjit took 6 minutes.
Thank you, timer. So all are qualified. And dear Cavaliers, you'll be seeing a poll launching on your screen in just a bit time. So kindly wait for the poll. It's here. Choose your best prepared speech speaker. Now it's time for the most exciting part of our meeting, the table topic session. To conduct today's table topic session, please help me welcome Gevelier Gisha Sridhar.
Thank you very much, Gevelier of the day, Gevelier Divya. As we all know, table topic is the session which brings up butterflies in all our stomachs. Tackling a table topic might seem quite difficult in the beginning, but the more you speak, I'm sure you'll become an impromptu speaker in no time. So let's straight away move into the table topic session. Please help me welcome our first speaker, Gevelier Janvi.
Yes.
Gevelier Janvi, your topic is, what makes you smile? I repeat, what makes you smile?
Good evening to good evening to all the Geveliers here. When I see babies, that makes me smile. Whenever I play with them, I enjoy it. I love to play with them, and when I go to India, like there are so many cousins I have, and there are so many babies, so I love playing with them. And here also so many babies are there. I enjoy playing with them, and that's where it makes me happy, smile. Thank you.
Thank you, Gevelier Janvi, for that beautiful table topic. Help me welcome our next speaker, Gevelier Shashwat. Gevelier Shashwat, your topic is, what do you love most about yourself? I repeat, what do you love most about yourself?
Good evening to all the Toastmasters and dear Geveliers. My topic is, what do I love about myself? The thing I love about myself is that I am very consistent on things, uh, such as if I and I'm very consistent, and I always want to learn something new from everyone, and I always like hearing others' opinions, and I actually uh, enjoy learning new things, and I find many things interesting, and I love nature, and that I'm an excellent speaker, and thank you.
Thank you very much, Gevelier Shashwat, for boldly taking up the topic. Help me welcome our next speaker, Gevelier Asil Al-Shayer. Gevelier Asil, are you available? I guess we'll move on to the next speaker. Help me welcome Gevelier Aya Khalid.
Good evening.
Good evening. Your topic is, what is your most beloved childhood memory? I repeat, what is your most beloved childhood memory?
My most beloved childhood memory is probably when I traveled with my parents to New York City. It's a really important and it's a very important memory to me because we spent most of our time there. We had a lot of fun, and we built I felt like there we built our like trust, and our bond connection became stronger. And that moment was probably a few years back, but it led to where I am with my parents today and our relationship and our trust. And I really appreciate, and I make sure to never forget this memory because it means a lot to me. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Gavilia Aya, for promptly taking up the topic. Help me welcome our next speaker, Gavilia Yuvraj. Gavilia Yuvraj, are you available? Your topic is, what is the Okay, we'll go for something else. What has life taught you recently? I repeat, what has life taught you recently?
Hello everyone, I'm Yuvraj, and there are a lot of things that can happen to us in life because life never stops teaching. One thing I've learned recently from life is that normally everybody has to face difficulties at some point, even gods. I'm pretty sure in every religion they've shown that somebody has to go through some difficulties in life. And when another one or a loved one is in difficulty, we have to try our best to help them. This was the case with my younger brother. He was failing in his studies. I knew that he had good capability, but he was not interested. And during the final exams of last year, I had to struggle with him so much. I felt pity on him. And then I told him a huge long lecture that he started getting bored. So I said in a quick short sentence that, listen, life does not stop teaching. But if you decide to stop learning, that's basically it. Not you won't be able to do anything more. So life has taught me that in some ways or another we all have to face difficulties at some point, and when another one or a loved one is in struggles, we have to help him or her. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Gavilia Yuvraj, for that beautiful idea. Help me welcome our next speaker who just agreed to speak on, Gavilia Asil Al-Shayr.
Yes.
I'll start with a simple topic as well. What makes you smile? I repeat, what makes you smile?
Okay. So when I was a kid, I would usually get really excited for the nighttime because I would usually get a book and walk up to my mom so she would read me a bedtime story. It was my favorite time of the day because my mom sitting next to me would always bring me joy. My mom was a warrior. Even though she has to raise 5 kids, she still manages time to deal with her 13-year-old daughter today and to make me smile. She always has time to hang out with us. Just yesterday, we went to the beach and it was a blast. She was honestly the best mother I could ever ask for, and she always been there for me. Even though sometimes I do disappoint her and I don't make her as happy as she wants to be, I try my best. And I know that I will try harder for in the future to make her proud because that is my biggest accomplishment till today. I enter competitions for her and I make sure I win because that's what makes my mom smile, because she makes me smile. Her smile is the brightest I've ever seen, and it's always been there to make me move forward. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Gavilia Asil. I'm sure your mom would be really happy if she heard this. Moving on, help me welcome our last and final speaker, Gavilia Charanjit. Gavilia Charanjit, your topic is, What are 3 moral rules you will never break? I repeat, what are 3 moral rules you will never break?
Distinguished Toastmasters, fellow Girliers, and my dear guests. The 3 moral rules I will never break is number 1. Don't make your mom angry. You will literally pay for it with your life, huh? Don't even try. Second moral rule, always be happy. I can't even try to be sad. Whenever there is a sad situation, look it in a positive way. There's a problem, take it as a challenge. There are so many positive things in like one small negative things. And the third one, don't hate school. Education is good for your health. You will learn, you will earn, then you will help. Money, you can help people by giving them money and they will grow. When you need help, they will also help you. Yes, that's the 3 moral rules I will never break. Thank you, and over to you.
Thank you, Gabriel Charanjit, for taking it very nicely in a humorous way as well. That was the end of our table topic session. We had great table topic speeches from all our Cavaliers and even 2 new Cavaliers, which seemed it didn't look like a first time they had their table topic. It was very nice of them. So moving on, can I get the timer's report from Gavilia Anushree?
Table topic sessions. Speaker number 1, Gavilia Janvi, took 1 minute. Speaker number 2, Gavilia Shashwan, took 1 minute 15 seconds. Gavilia number 3, Gavilia Ayar, took 1 minute. Speaker number 4, Gavilia Yuvraj, took 1 minute 37 seconds. Speaker number 5, Gavilia Asal, took 1 minute 3 seconds. Last, speaker number 6, Gavilia Charanjit, took 1 minute 30 seconds. Everyone are qualified.
Thank you very much, Timer. It's nice to see everyone getting qualified. We'll be launching a poll in few seconds. We request you to cast your vote for the best table topic speaker. Let me repeat the names again. Gavilia Charanjit, Gavilia Asi, Gavilia Yuvraj, Gavilia Aya, Gavilia Shashwat, and Gavilia Janvi. These are the qualified list of speakers for today's table topic session. Kindly cast your vote for the best table topic speaker. I hope you've all casted your votes. That was the end of today's table topic session. It was a wonderful session with all the great table topics today. Thank you very much for giving this opportunity. Back to you, Cavalier of the Day.
Thank you very much, Gavilia Gisha, for conducting the table topic session in a wonderful manner. Let us give a thunderous round of applause for all the table topic speakers and the master as well. Moving on to the next session, which is the evaluation session. To evaluate the first speaker, Gavilia Taiba, please help me welcome Gavilia Rohini.
Evaluate what you want, because what gets measured gets produced, said by James A. Belasco. Good evening, General Evaluator, fellow Cavaliers, respected Toastmasters, and Gavilia Taiba in particular. Many congratulations. You have delivered a breathtaking speech and a proper speech objective. I particularly liked about how audacious and confident you were. Your facial expressions conveyed the message better. You could grab others' attention with a good sense of humor. Your stories of adventure were so real that I felt I was a part of it too. And most importantly, you had a good eye contact with the audience and you were able to complete your speech on time. However, I want to bring to your notice that you could have spoken about one fear and convey how to overcome it. It would have been better. To summarize, I liked how audacious and confident you were, and you were able to grasp others' attention with a good humor. Please do consider my humble suggestion. At the end, you were an awesome speaker. I enjoyed your speech a lot, and I'm looking forward for your future speech. Over to you.
Thank you very much, Givle Rohini, for that incredible evaluation. Moving on to evaluate Givle Shashwat, please help and welcome Givle Yuvraj.
Thank you, Gavri Divya. Congratulations to Charanjit for giving such a breathtaking speech. I loved it. But there are a lot of things that I want to comment about your speech. A lot of good things. First of all, I noticed that your voice was really clear. Make sure to send me what kind of mic you used. Your body language also indicated and went very well with your speech. You had clear pauses and gave time for the audience to understand. Also, I noticed there was a lot of vocabulary that you used and I have to remember it. And last but not the least is that there is a lot of amazing humor and content. I really loved your speech and I hope I will get to listen from you again. Now there are some improvements that I'd like to recommend is that your body movement is a little too much around the stage. I had to move my eyes here and there. But it was a good exercise and an amazing speech. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Thank you very much, Givle Yuvraj, for that wonderful evaluation. Next up to evaluate Givle Charan. Sorry. To evaluate Givle Charanjit's speech, I'm extremely sorry. To evaluate Givle Shashwat's speech, please have to welcome Givle Kirtana.
Gavlia, I hope I was meant to evaluate Gavlia Charanjit's speech.
Could you please give me a minute? 1 minute. I'm sorry. Please help me welcome Givle Kirtana to evaluate Givle Charanjit's speech.
So, Gavlia Charanjit, you spoke really well. You spoke, you were really fluent with your words that you spoke. You spoke from your life experiences and what you see day to day in your life. And you spoke about things that happen daily. And you did really well. That is a great speech. I have a small suggestion. You could have made it a bit more clear what you wanted to express. You could have made it a bit more clearer or a bit more explained what you wanted to express. Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much, Givle Kirtana. And this brings us to an end of the prepared speech evaluation. Now moving on to the table topic evaluation, please help me welcome Givle Krishnendra.
Good evening, fellow Giveliers. Today I'll be evaluating all the table topic speakers. So to start with, I'll be going with Geviliya Janvi. Geviliya Janvi, I guess this was your first time coming to a table topic speech, and your topic was what makes you smile. And you came up with your experience and what really made you smile. And I really like the fact that you expressed how it is, but there are some suggestions as well, because I think you should improve on the poses. You had some poses in between. That's perfectly fine because it's the first time, and I really appreciate the way you came up. But see that, please avoid these poses in between, like you feel confused. Please see that you organize your ideas and come up with a good speech, good expression, and also make it a bit more elaborate, okay? So all the best for your next speech. Moving on, next speaker was Geviliya Shashwat, and his topic was, what do you love most about yourself? So you had clear ideas about what you really love about yourself, and I liked it very much. You had so much messages about yourself. You convinced how you like about your things like learning, consistency, and confidence, and the way you speak and all. I really like that part. But the same, like you had some pauses in between. Please see that you organize your speech a bit more clearer, so that there's no pauses in between, and also see that you don't stop abruptly. So these are my suggestions. And next speaker, Geviliya Aya, and your topic was, what is your most beloved childhood memory? And your speech was a sweet one, because that was something like so relatable, like your childhood memories and how you feel in your childhood. And I really like that part, like you share your experience and some sweet memories. And also, I would like to say you should improve on the elaboration of the speech. You should a bit more like be organized in your speech, and you would be better. So next speaker is Geviliya Yuvraj, and his topic was, what has life taught you recently? I really like the part where you added your story about your little brother, how you expressed it, like how you scold him and then he doesn't get the message, but still you get the message to him in a short sentence. So then you made it like the message connected to the story, and I really like that part. But there's one improvement I would like to suggest. That's like, please convey the message a bit more clearer. And like the last part, you should have made it a bit more clearer so that the message is convinced completely. And the next speaker was Geviliya Asil, and her topic was, what makes you smile? And I like the way you said, like you were happy because of your mother, and also you wanted to return that smile. That's a very nice message, and you spoke fairly well. Congratulations. And the last speaker was Geviliya Charanjit. You were given the topic, what are the 3 moral rules that you won't break? And I really like the part where you made it humorous, like you came with don't disrespect your mother and like that. And I really liked it. But also I felt like you were a bit confused. Maybe you could have made it a bit more organized. That's my suggestion. So all the best to all the speakers, and thank you for having me here. Over to you.
Thank you very much, Geviliya Krishnendu. That brings us to the end of the evaluation session for all the speakers. Now, may I have the timer's report?
Geviliya Rohini took 2 minutes. Geviliya Yuvraj took 2 minutes, 8 seconds. Geviliya Kirtana took 2 minutes, and Geviliya Krishnendu took 3 minutes, 45 seconds. Thank you. All are qualified.
Okay, so I just want to ask a question. For Geviliya Kirtana, 6 speakers were there. So is Geviliya Krishnendu qualified or not?
She's qualified.
I think point of order, Geviliya to be. I think she's qualified considering 30 seconds per speaker. I think she is well within the mark. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
So all the evaluators are qualified. The poll will be in a minute. By that time, please help me. Okay, the poll is here. Please vote for your best evaluator. We have Gavalier Rohini, Gavalier Yuvraj, Gavalier Kirtana, and Gavalier Krishnendra. Now, please help me welcome our word master and grammarian, Gavalier Rohini, on stage.
Thank you for the applause. Everyone had a good usage of grammar, and there was a very little usage of filler words. However, I would like to encourage everyone to use the word audacious even more. Thank you, and over to you.
Thank you very much, Gavalier Rohini. Now, I would like to give my reports for this meeting today. The meeting has overall to say the meeting was well done and a wonderful way. All the Gavaliers have given their best, and it was marvelous to see all of you speaking so well. There has been a great improvement, I can tell by myself, from all of your previous speeches. And even the new Gavaliers have given their best. It was wonderful. It sounded like a seasoned speaker. So that was marvelous. And I hope everyone would welcome our new Gavaliers as well. They'll be taking up roles and performing in our future meetings as well. Now, coming to the recommendation, I must apologize. It was my mistake. There was a mix and confusion because of the last minute. A few Gavaliers told that they wouldn't be available. So that is my mistake. I will try to not do that mistake in the future. But overall, it was a wonderful meeting, and I thoroughly enjoyed being your general evaluator as well. Now, coming back to my role as the Gavalier of the day, it is time to know the winners. So may I please call our vote counter, Gavalier Kirtana and Gavalier Gisha, to share the screen of our winners.
This certificate is proudly presented to Gavalier Taiba, who's the best speaker. Let's give a round of applause to Gavalier Taiba. This certificate is proudly presented to Gavalier Charanjit, who was the best table topic speaker.
Sorry to interrupt, Gavalier Kirtana. We will also be appreciating our new Gavaliers for taking up the table topic very promptly as well.
This certificate is proudly presented to Gavalier Ayak Halim, the best table topic speaker. This certificate is proudly presented to Gavalier Asil, who is the best table topic speaker. This certificate is proudly presented to Gavalier Rohini, who is the best evaluator.
Thank you very much, Gavalier Kirtana and Gavalier Gisha Sridhar. And congratulations to all the winners. It was a wonderful meeting, and I enjoyed all of your speeches. This is just a token of appreciation for the best ones personally, but everyone did a marvelous job, and we all had an interesting session. Now, I've enjoyed being your Gavalier of the day, and I hope you all had an enjoyable session. I would just like to point out that never stop pushing yourself out of the crowd with courage, because that's what takes you forward to greater heights. Thank you very much, and over to the Madam President.
Thank you very much, Gavalier of the day, Gavalier Divya Sridhar, for beautifully conducting meeting number 10 of Mind Academy Gavel Club. Please give the Gavalier of the day a big round of applause.
Thank you.
We had wonderful prepared speeches today. I loved listening how beautifully each speech was crafted and beautifully delivered by all the Gavaliers. The table topic session was marvelous, with new Gavaliers delivering their best, especially during the first meeting, and our Gavaliers who always gave their best and improved a lot from their previous meeting as well. And of course, the evaluation session was marvelous with the speech evaluators and the table topic evaluator who handled coolly in evaluating all the speakers. Congratulations to everyone. Thank you very much for attending today's meeting. Is there anything else to be discussed? Having heard none, I adjourn the meeting. Thank you for joining.
Madam President, point of order.
Yes.
If you may, I would like to bring to the whole team certain announcements from Mind Academy.
Yes, sir, please do.
So good evening, Cavaliers. So thanks for the opportunity, Madam President. So first of all, let me take this opportunity to congratulate each one of you for having this session after a long gap. We know we had a gap of almost a month. And even though we started after a gap, the energy was tremendous. So we could feel it. 3 great speakers, 6 TT speakers, evaluators. It was power packed and we all enjoyed it. And probably to add to the 2 key messages that I take home as part of today's session is one, great leadership lessons, I would say, a couple of great leadership lessons. One, it takes a lot to announce that I did some mistake in front of a big crowd. And hats off to you, Cavalier Divya. And this is a great leadership quality. Announcing that your seat went wrong and I am there to correct it next time. So that's a great leadership lesson. And second leadership lesson from our president, interfering and inspiring the newcomers when those certificates were. So it's all about inspiring and, you know, we are all humans. We can make mistakes. It's nothing wrong. I always say this. There is nothing right or wrong about doing things. It's all about how we move forward. And both of you and all others, Cavaliers, you have shown that tremendous energy, leadership, and skills in communication to take us, all of us, forward as great leaders of tomorrow. Hats off to you. Great leadership lessons, at least for me. Coming to the announcements that we have, Mind Academy is planning to bring 2 events. One, a mega event, which is supposed to be in 23rd June. Now, today it's October 22. So when I say 23rd June, it's 8 months from now. So you can see how mega it's going to be. Let me just introduce it here. We are announcing it 8 months upfront. So is my screen visible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. It's going to be a 10-day residential camp. It's going to be a youth camp. And this youth camp is going to be in India, where we are going to have a lot of leadership lessons, lot of communication lessons, lot of things that we can make ourselves be ready to take on our life in future. There will be sessions on communication, on leadership, self-management, emotional intelligence, financial literacy. How many of you are capable of handling your own finance? Financial literacy, critical thinking, interpersonal skills, problem solving, creativity and innovation, and all of them done in a very friendly, very jovial, very serene atmosphere in India. It's going to be a 10-day camp during the Hajj holidays. I hope it's somewhere towards the end of June 2023. So we are talking something about an event which is going to be there 8 months down the line. And we'll soon be having an orientation session about this program, giving you all the details about how it's going to be. The key here is, like, we are planning to freeze the registrations by February or March. Then there will be 2 months where the participants themselves will plan. So that's a key leadership lesson that's going to come your way. All the participants, there will be teams, there will be an execom, there will be different teams handling, accommodation, handling the food aspects of it, handling the technical part of it, handling the educational side of it. All those things in a real life scenario, you will be doing it for yourself. And then that will be March and April, those planning sessions will go. May, we will all sit together and fine tune the process. And then in June, this mega event will happen. So that is all about the youth camp. It's called Mind Explorer. We had Mind Explorer way back in 2018. It's in a very small scale, but there were participants who went with us to US, who attended UN, Model United Nations in New York, as well as in NASA. That was a Mind Explorer 1. So this time we are traveling to India. So those of you who are interested, we'll soon be having an orientation session on this with more details. So this is just few glimpses about what we have in store for all of you. And there will be like, as you see, swimming, horse riding, farming, cricket, tennis, all those things will be there. And this will be somewhere in a place called Pollachi towards southern part of India. That's where this program is going to be. And it's a kind of eco village kind of thing. So you'll all be like, away from the city, we'll go into a village side. So that's the beauty of this program. So it's a 10-day residential program. So any questions on this? We'll anyway be having an orientation on this. Any questions?
I have one.
Hello?
Am I audible?
Yeah. Go ahead.
How do I sign up?
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you. You will be receiving a link soon once everything is set, so that you can sign up for the program.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions? Great. So that is announcement number 1. Let me stop sharing. And we are coming up with another program as well. Just let me, 1 second. Is my screen visible?
Still, I think we are not able to see the image, sir. Yet.
Okay. Is it visible now?
Yeah, now it's visible, sir.
Okay. Next month, or not next month is November. So in December 9th on Friday, we are going to have a program called Turning Point. We already conducted 9 events before. So this is the 10th edition of Turning Point. It's going to be on December 9th, Friday. It's a full day program. Basically, this program is all about, identifying yourself, discovering yourself, finding who you are and where you want to move forward in life, which helps you to understand more about yourself and your career inclination. Or like, for example, after 10th, which stream you want to select. After 12th, which profession you want to, or which course you want to do and all. So this is all about Turning Point. So at the end of the program, you will receive a report from us, which takes you through your strength, your weakness, what kind of personality you're having. And based on your personality, the program will, the report will suggest you certain specific professions that you can, take as far as you move forward in your life, in your career. So this program is going to be on 9th December. You will soon be receiving more details about this also. So you can send entries to the link which is given there. You will soon be receiving the link as well in your in our group and then in our Facebook and other Insta accounts as far as the program is concerned. So these are the 2 announcements which I have to make. Any questions on this program? Hello, any questions? I think it's clear.
No.
I know some of you are already been part of Turning Point session before, but for all others who have not been part of it, here is an opportunity for all of you. And this is not going to be an online session. It is going to be here in Jubail. So some of you who are not here in Jubail may not be able to participate. That is a sad reality of it. But till now, since we are all having online sessions, we just want to have sessions which are offline or physical. Yes, Shashwat.
Yeah, sir. Actually, I had one query because like